All right, guys, welcome back for another episode. I'm so excited to be filming this here in Los Angeles. Myself and Grizz, turn the camera.
Yo.
We just flew into LA, and Corey should be roaming around in another minivan. But you're probably gonna see this video about a month and a half after the invasion of Los Angeles, because that's what we're doing in LA. We're getting prepared, but we're also gonna be checking out something really cool today. We're heading over to ADRO. If you guys haven't heard them, you're gonna hear them today. But they have been the innovators in the BMW community, doing a lot of really unique things that, you know, for a lot of people that didn't like the G80 when it first came out, or the G82, they've corrected it, right? Depending on what your opinion is, they corrected that front with their new front bumper and a whole bunch of carbon fiber bits and pieces. But we're really interested in seeing their facility. I know they just moved in not too long ago, and I'm hoping to see some of their builds out there. I know they have something working on the E92 or the E9X chassis, but that should be something very interesting to see. But I'm really excited for this weekend because it's going to be the invasion of Los Angeles, which you probably see before these videos. And what I'm really worried about is the weather. When I checked the weather about a few days ago, it looks like it's gonna be 100 plus degrees. The only thing that you guys have something that's better than Florida is that your humidity is not like 80% like what we deal with in Florida. But Grizz, what do you think?
Oh, yeah, no. Should be a good weekend. So far, so good.
Sorry, he's kind of shy, but other than that...
I'm not.
We'll check you guys at ADRO. All right, so we finally made it to Anaheim, where ADRO is actually stationed out of in the United States. But we have Preston. Preston, I seen you last time in June. We were at the invasion of SSR. Right. And again, your M4 broke a lot of necks, broke my neck, and I couldn't stop filming that car. But there's a main reason why, because at ADRO, you guys have something that's very unique, right?
That's right, that's right. Yeah, we specialize in carbon fiber body kits, all the way from stock body cars to our crazy M4 wide body, and several other wide bodies on the market as well.
And we're at the warehouse right now, so let's check some of those products out. And from what I've seen, you guys have some things working on behind the scenes, right?
We do have some behind the scenes. I think we can share a little bit with you.
Share a little bit. Hopefully the higher ups don't get mad about that, but we'll check them out.
You get the friend pass.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go inside, guys. All right, so one of the first things that I seen that really caught my eye was definitely that trophy there. But there's a reason why for that, right?
Absolutely, yeah. So this was one of two trophies that we took home this season for car shows. We got Best BMW at Spocom at the Anaheim Convention Center. And then actually just following that up, we were at the International Auto Modified Show, showcasing the M4 wide body as well, which we did not take Best BMW.
Okay, surprise.
But we took overall arching Best Euro. Best Euro. So we're very proud of that and the M4 wide body program, which has gone crazy over the internet. Yeah.
It definitely has. And I know when we were at SSR, a lot of people were just gawking over how wide these fender flares are, how unique everything looks. But in a little bit, we'll go back here and actually check out that car.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna let you open the doors.
All right, man.
This is your studio.
Welcome to my crib. As you can see, first and foremost, we have our cyc wall or photo booth with the gigantic Chimera light and the absolutely gorgeous M4 wide body. We unveiled this car actually last SEMA with Driven Daniel, or Daniel Song. He was the primary builder on this car, along with our wide body carbon fiber program. So very happy to have her.
What I really noticed is that when you look at this car, you're talking about when it first came out, the G87 M4, G80 M3, it broke a lot of people's hearts, right? Because BMW, the design language with that, it really made people kind of confused, right? What was going on with BMW at the time? But I think over time, we kind of got accustomed to the unique design languages, but also your chief designer, Davis, was actually able to add a whole bunch of different pieces And what you see right now is, I think it's a 1 of 10 body kit, right?
Correct, yeah. So this body kit is a 1 of 10, but to touch base on what you were speaking about is the design language, which was very controversial for the front end of the Supra. Everybody was calling them the pig nose, and we've heard all different versions of that. And we had to come up with something that was, more suitable for this chassis. So that's where Davis spent countless nights, evenings, mornings, every single waking minute of his existence.
A lot of weekends away from the family too, probably.
A lot of weekends, yeah. So for those that don't know, we are headquartered out of Seoul, South Korea, and that's where all of our clay modeling goes down. Really everything that we do design-wise when we have to put hands on the car is all done out of Korea. There's only so much that you can do digitally.
Correct.
I'm not a designer, but Davis could definitely fill you in a lot more of that. I do get to have the chance to sit in on some of those conversations. Davis is an absolute wizard when it comes to his design language, but when he asks for my input, it's nice to know, like, that was something that I added in
Exactly. But this is also a 1 of 10, right? So this is very limited, right? This is a body kit that was limited production. So if you were the lucky 10 people to have them, this is very unique. So I know you can't even order them anymore, right?
No, not at all. So we sold out of all 10 of our kits in the first 5 months.
Okay.
So we launched it right before SEMA.
Okay.
And they went just as quickly as we can make them.
Nice.
So it's been really awesome to see this, not only in California, we've seen them in Florida at Boomer Invasion, we have one in Vegas, but outside of North America, we have them all over the world. Poland, one in Canada. It's just really a dream that we're living right now.
Oh, absolutely. And I won't ask you this question in front of Davis, but what is your favorite part about the design of the wide body, right? Because when you're looking at it, there's so much to look at between the hood, the extended fenders, or even the rear spoiler. There's so much to look at.
No, absolutely. It's a lot to take in, but it's not overwhelming for the mind. No. When you look at it, it's a very comprehensive kit. Yeah. Right? But asking my favorite piece, love the side skirts. Very GT3-esque.
Oh, yeah.
Right? There's no hiding that. But not only that, it's such a large piece of carbon. And then when you go around to the back of the car, it flows just the same as the side skirts. And what's really unique about this piece is it's such a large piece of carbon, and it's all one piece. Right? Yeah. We don't have end plates to put on it or anything like that. It's a single piece of carbon. And
when I realized like the side skirts, the rear diffuser, and how everything flows, BMW has created something similar, right, to that, right? With the side skirts are kind of like fins a little bit.
Yeah, we've seen that on the G87 M2.
Yeah, and they're tiny, right?
Yeah.
But when you look at this, man, this is what speaks volume.
It hits, right?
Size does matter at this point, right? So
yeah.
But
there's so much to brag about, and we're very humble people. I mean, we love what we do, and we're happy with what we're doing.
And the company's it's still in its infancy, right?
It's very new.
It hasn't been out for 10 years, but you guys are changing the market.
Yeah, we're 3 years in the industry, so really trying to make waves where we can, in a good way.
Of course.
Right, we definitely love the BMW community, but we love all different types of cars as well.
Correct.
We focus on, this is our passion. Yeah. This is what we love, but we have other models that we also.
I know you got some spice inside the conference room we'll check out later, but we'll move on to the G87. I know at the Invasion of Orlando this past February, we want to thank the guys and the team at ADRO for actually allowing our event to be the first ones to showcase what you guys have done to the G87 M2. And I know when that was revealed to the crowd, people were just blown away, right? Because again, when the first G8X first came out, it was ugly, right?
Right.
The G87 M2 was hideous, right? Because whatever BMW is doing with their marketing, where they do these spy shot releases, it causes that controversy. I think maybe that's why, but you guys have added so many different products to make this car look even better.
No, you're absolutely right. Again, the G87 M2 was another very controversial car when it came out. And I think BMW is still trying to win over the hearts of BMW enthusiasts with it. Yeah. Not to take it away from the BMW performance, the car performs very, very well. It's a very balanced platform. I love getting behind the wheel of this car when I can. But we had to do what ADRO does best and make the car look good. And something for the consumer to enjoy the car you know, they say you bought the wrong car if you walk
Exactly.
away from it and you didn't look back at it.
Yeah.
So this car, you can't walk away and not look back at it. So with this kit, we ended up doing the front lip, grills. We kept the vertical up and down grills to pay homage to the older BMWs.
Okay.
Right, as you've seen, some of the newer ones have the horizontal grills. So we still appreciate kind of
and that's
the
from you guys.
foundation. Yeah, these are our grills.
Yeah, because this reminds me of the E9Xs.
Correct.
Right?
Correct. Yep.
Which is a hint. Something's going on with the E9X that you guys are probably going to see before this video, because you've probably seen the invasion of invasion of LA's behind the scenes footage, and you'll see that car there.
Yeah, most definitely, most definitely. So yeah, again, paying homage to that. The full kit is dry carbon. So if you don't know the difference between dry and wet carbon fiber,
tell the viewers, because I have no idea.
So dry carbon is pre-impregnated carbon fiber, whereas wet is actually you know, the carbon fiber sheet laid into the mold.
Gotcha.
And then you have the resin brushed in. So dry is much more lighter and evenly distributed with the resin. So it creates a more consistent strength factor there, keeping it super, super light. So, you know, again, moving forward or to the back of the car with dry carbon fiber side skirts, still complementing the body lines of the G87.
And I have to ask, I know this was a 1 of 10.
Yes.
Do you guys see yourself doing something for a 1 of 10 with the G87?
It's definitely something that's piquing our interest. Definitely something. So we have a lot of fun creating our wide body programs.
Correct. But it takes hours though.
It takes much more than hours.
It takes months, maybe sometimes it's almost a year.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, Davis puts in so much hard work in his designs, and if it's not perfect, it's not something that we want to release.
Correct.
Right, and that's how in the short time that we've been in this market, we've created that customer and brand loyalty. You know, to see returning customers, people who have thoroughly enjoyed their product with another brand, and then you know, they've gotten into BMWs and they continue to love our product.
Correct. And one thing to keep note, guys, that everything you see, there's a slogan behind it, right? It's not for everybody, right? Even for that, it's not for everybody, right? I think we could kind of relate to that when you see other people mod their cars. When you look at something like, I wouldn't do that, but it's not for me, but I understand it. And that's what you guys kind of showcase, right? Some people that like this unique design or something loud like this, they make it for you guys.
Exactly. I mean, we read the comments on every post we put up. I'm sure you do the same thing with all the content you put up.
Yeah.
But you know, there's nothing harder than trying to please every single customer and every single person that's out there. Everybody's going to have their opinion, right? And that's what's part of modifying a car, is making it your own unique build and design. So, you know, we do respect all builds. There are some things that we see and it's like, damn, that's really cool.
Or damn, I just don't understand that. Where did you get the idea from?
Exactly. And on the flip side, we have customers that say, that front end is not for us. Well, it's not for everybody. It's kind of our cheeky way of saying, you know, there's other modifications to your car that you can do.
Exactly.
You don't always have to go with us.
Absolutely, absolutely. I know this, again, this has been something that people have liked a lot. I know when you guys released it in Orlando, people loved it. Yeah. But there's also something a little older, right?
A little older,
and that's your F80, right?
This is my F80, yeah. So this was my big boy M car, if you will. But it just recently went through a kind of a transformation. Maybe it's V3. It used to have, you know, limo tint, tinted windshield, kind of lay low key. The wife could hide in the back seat at a car show. Nobody would know she was hanging out in there taking a nap.
Spying on you.
Exactly.
Or spying on other people.
Exactly. She has so many videos of models on the car, and she's in there recording them. It's the most hilarious thing. But yeah, you know, this is our full carbon fiber program. So where I went a little bit different on this, we get a ton of requests to do a matte finish on carbon. And I just decided, you know, the car's going to the paint shop. It was getting a new hood. The roof was getting re-cleared. Yeah. And I was like, why not? Let's refresh it for Bimmer Invasion. Exactly. And do something a little bit different. You don't see a lot of the matte carbon on the market. And there's a reason for that. Obviously, when we manufacture our goods, you know, you end up doubling up each SKU. Correct. So, you know, kind of gambling with what's going to sell, what's not. Is everybody going to like the matte, or if they're not?
I think that I'm being straight up honest, right? From my observation right now, I think the matte looks really good, classy but stealthy, but also to a point where it doesn't take too much away from the entire design, because this is something unique I haven't really seen. Right? This dip in the front, or that, what do you guys call that?
That's just one of our signature designs, and it also doubles as a mounting point for the front lip.
Front lip, okay.
You know, right under here, this is a hollow void in the bumper. So making sure that the front lip is still functional and
It looks
doesn't
very good.
arch. Yeah,
It looks very
And we
good.
love our matte finishes. As you can see, the M4 wide body being matte, you get a really nice look at all of the design language on that. And that's kind of something I wanted to bring over this. So I know you're really good friends with Ron over at AR Motorworks.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Me too.
Yeah.
Ron, if you're watching this, you're always calling me. I'm probably owe you a return call today. But Ron actually talked me into refinishing my wheels.
About time.
Yeah. So he was like, hey, I want to do something crazy. I just wanted to go with the basic BBS spec.
Yeah.
Gold faces, polished lips.
Of course.
And he's like, no, we gotta one up it.
Yeah.
So when he went with this, that actually kind of swayed me, since it's a frozen finish, BBS RT88.
Which is a super rare wheel.
Super rare wheel, yeah. Very hard to get.
There's a brushed finish to it, right?
There is, yeah.
It's
so it's
satin?
it's a matte brushed finish, and he cold stripped the barrels, cold stripped the lips, and polished them. So couldn't thank him enough. He just did a killer job on the wheel.
I know when he calls me and he goes, "Oh, I have this coming," I'm like, "Ron, you're making me spend money."
Yeah,
Making me spend
With
money.
Ron around, we all have enough wheel estate.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I might have a third set coming. I'm not gonna tell you guys now yet, but later on.
One thing that was special about these wheels that I didn't know, so I bought them secondhand. As you know, it's very hard to get them.
Yeah.
But I actually have wheel 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Oh, you do?
Out of the series, yeah.
Which is, again, it's a hard thing to do, right?
It's very hard. It's a subtle flex. I never knew I could flex that before, but now I want to tell everybody.
So is it 1, 2, 3, 4?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, so I wouldn't even know it. I'd probably forget it.
Yeah.
But again, everything that's carbon on the car is from Adro, right?
Everything that's carbon on the car is Adro. So this is definitely been one of our early on kits.
Okay.
So we learned from it. These side skirts, actually, interestingly enough, we don't offer side skirts for the F80. We only offer side skirts for the F82.
Okay.
It's because of the side skirt curve, how deep you can put the side skirt underneath the vehicle.
Correct.
So of course I had to do what we do, right?
Yeah.
Make it work, make it look custom, and just a nice subtle touch to bring the whole kit together.
Oh, absolutely. And what I do like about the car is that I think fishbowl's coming back. I think I might have to go fishbowl down the line, but I think fishbowl gives it a different look for the car.
Most definitely.
Right?
Most definitely.
It kind of, if you're stock, then you want to tint the car out because you don't want to be seen in a stock car, but when you get into a car that's heavily modded, you kind of want to have that fishbowl look. I think it looks pretty clean.
Well, and it doesn't hurt when you have the comp seats.
Yeah.
You've got clean interior.
Yeah.
Right. So I think eventually I'd want to switch it out for some Recaro seats.
Yeah.
But right now, man, I've fallen in love with this car all over again.
Yeah.
For the last 4 or 5 months, this car hasn't even been in my possession.
It's been at the shop.
It's been at the body shop. It's been, wheels have been at Ron's.
Yeah.
The carbon's all taken off of it. So this is actually like the first full week that I've had it back. And I'm like, gosh, I love it.
But you're still not driving it though, right?
No, I got to keep it fresh for invasion.
Yeah. But I know you guys have the warehouse stacked with products ready to be shipped out to customers. But I also heard that you guys are expanding so quickly that you're probably looking at a bigger square footage in the next 3 to 5 years.
Most definitely, yeah. So this was kind of a really big step up for us. We had a partner in the industry helping us with our logistics and all of our shipping, which really allowed us to focus more time on the business and growing that aspect. As you know, the marketing side, the back and forth, emails, import, export.
Face-to-face with customers, or distributors.
So making sure that we can set aside enough time to actually give our customers what they deserve, right? Give that excellent customer experience. But after looking at everything, we made a determination that we were ready to get a warehouse. Okay. So shopping around in California, you could only imagine.
The real estate here is expensive, and also I'm pretty sure the rent here is not cheap.
Yeah. So we're trying to stay on that conservative side, but we're also something that we could grow into.
Correct.
Well, we found out very quickly we outgrew this spot.
Yeah, you can see right here.
Exactly. So the photo booth does take up quite a bit, but I think it's very necessary in our industry, and especially the cars that we have to be able to display that to our customers. We've outgrown it so quickly that we actually have a new warehouse just a block away from here. So it's close. We can either drive the K-Truck over there. We have our forklift. So we have about the same size inventory over there as well.
Nice.
Yeah, but hopefully here in the near future, we'll be shopping for something much larger. And we have some much bigger plans than just carbon fiber kits.
Of course.
This is where we've got our start, and the industry has just been so wonderful.
I think the industry has welcomed you guys into their community.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah. We've definitely made some long-lasting impressions, and again, customer service doesn't just stop with a normal B2B customer.
Correct.
I'm sorry, B2C customer. It's your B2B relations as well. We work with everybody from coast to coast and around the world.
Yeah.
And it's been a lot of fun. Also been, very challenging at times, but we always get through it.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And then we'll go inside because we're going to introduce another guy, right? The guy that designs all the unique designs, all the cars. We're going to talk to him in a little bit. All right, so we're going to go inside their conference room, meet the guy behind all the unique designs, Davis. We'll talk to him. We'll see what he has cooking. And also, there's a pretty decent history of what he's done in the past. Let's check that out. Davis, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel.
Hey, nice to meet you.
I know you just came back from Korea, right?
Still jet lagged.
Still jet lagged. But introduce yourself, right? I know we've seen the face of you, right, on Instagram and stuff. And when the G8X widebody first came out, a lot of people were just blown away, like I said earlier. But you were behind the design for that.
Yeah, correct.
Right, so introduce yourself.
Hey guys, I'm Davis Lee. I am the Chief Designer of ADRO, President of ADRO USA. And I am designing all the vehicles, the carbon aero for ADRO. I used to work for exterior designer for Mercedes and Rivian the past decade, and then I joined ADRO 2.5 years ago.
So what made you jump from like corporate, car manufacturers to a carbon fiber company that was something new, right?
Right, it was completely new. I mean, basically, to keep it really simple, the OEMs, the big corporates, they don't let the chef cook.
Oh yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
It's conservative.
It's very conservative. There's a lot of politics behind, a lot of big decision makers which know nothing about design. They just kill it because they think it's not going to make any big bucks for them. Right.
And that's what you probably saw when you saw the G80 first came out, right?
Right.
You can see where they came from, right? But knowing that you have a different vision, you pitched it, I'm sure, to the higher ups at ADRO. I was like, hey, we can fix this front end. Let me cook.
Exactly.
Right? So that happened,
yeah,
right?
that happened.
Okay, so you've been with ADRO since the start? Almost?
Almost the start.
Okay.
Yep.
And I've seen, obviously, the teamwork between you and Preston, right? So if your boss is watching this, they might need a raise, right? Because they're helping the company grow. And I always throw that in, even for when we film videos with Liqui I always say that Jonathan at Liqui needs a raise because he does a good job too. But again, I've seen what you guys have done to the community because, like I said earlier, it's not for everybody, but there are some people out there that want that unique look, right?
Exactly.
And that wow factor. Because how many times have you guys heard like, wow, that wide body really changes my mind?
Right.
But too bad it's sold out now.
Yeah. Too bad. Next time, next batch.
Okay, next batch.
We still have G80s. So.
Yeah. Oh, there's a G80 kit coming out. So
Hopefully.
So we're getting some teasers out, right? So I know a lot of you guys may like the Supras. We're about to see something that you're going to tease for us. And also, is there something else you could show us about the E9X? I know this video won't come out until after the show, but can we see some of that here?
E9X?
E92.
E92?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we have...
So if you want to show that screen, Grizz.
E92 program.
So the E92 has been out since 2008, right? So this
Correct.
has been something that I think a lot of other carbon fiber manufacturers have forgotten, right? Because it's older, right?
Right.
But I think you guys see like the niche in that community. There's a lot of people out there that want to, have something unique. Bring it to like the 2024 year, right? Instead of being back in 2008.
I mean, E92 for me has a very special place in my heart because when I first saw this car almost 20 years ago, I was just staring at it for an hour because of how beautiful it was. And it's the last naturally aspirated V8 engine for the BMW M3. So we wanted to bring back the heritage collection to see how we can modernize the E92 chassis. Yeah. So we came up with the carbon fiber aero kit for this car, which I think it has a little bit of a classic look to it and also has a modern look to it. Yeah. Because this car, I mean, although it has such a big presence in the classic BMW M community, there has been no companies which are remaking the carbon aero for us. So
everybody's focusing on the new stuff, right?
Exactly, exactly. So we wanted to kind of do our take
spin
on this.
to it.
Yes, exactly.
Let the chef cook, guys. Yeah. Let the chef cook. He's just getting started. But I definitely see there's been like the front end definitely looks like that, traditional classic look. right? When you look at the rear end, that's when you bring that modern look. That's my personal opinion.
Exactly.
Right?
And
I think that's where it comes in.
totally, when you look at the rear diffuser, we wanted to cover the rear as much as possible so that you can make a completely different look with the rear, although you don't have to cut anything, but make that diffuser look as big as possible.
Correct.
Because the cars 20 years ago, they were very shy with diffusers and
Oh, of
front.
course.
So we wanted to give that modern look by making a huge chunk of carbon on the rear. And it's also aero tested.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, so that's a big thing too, right? Because you guys just don't throw in product onto the car without any testing. This is all tested with wind tunnels, right?
Exactly. Like the CFD data, which is like a virtual wind tunnel. Our head aerodynamicist, he's from Williams F1.
Oh, nice.
So he has a very good knowledge about aero. So
That's
we
awesome.
always go back and forth. with
That's
these
awesome.
kind of stuff.
You know, I think I was telling Preston, I was like, we want to thank you guys as Beamer Invasion for allowing us to showcase the G87 when it first came out, the remake of it at Orlando show, and also thank you for allowing us to show this E92, right? This new kit, right? Nobody has seen in person, but on renderings and photos. So we're thankful for that because, you know, just like Adro, we're still a young company too.
Right.
And we're still learning.
Thank you for having us.
No problem. I think the partnership with you guys coming to our events, it helps the community seeing new products to spend money on, right? Or to have, hey, hon, I need you to buy me this for Christmas and stuff, right? So that's happening, right? But
Exactly.
also too, we love to showcase it because it gets everybody excited.
Of course.
Because sooner or later, unfortunately, I think a lot of people, we're going to go to like the EVs, right? I think that's eventually going to happen. But just going back to the E92, right? I think that V8, you can't beat that. That sounds so good.
Yep. And you need a proper look for it.
Correct.
A modern look.
Exactly.
Yep.
And then you also, for the Supra fanboys out there, right? The BMW Toyota guys.
Exactly.
You guys have something else going on, right?
Yep. I'm pretty sure when this is out,
This is like a month. This is a month after.
Exactly. So the Supra bumper is going to be out, but we have something more exciting for the bumper that we're developing for the Supra. So we are working on the wide body Supra with our bumper. It's very rough, but it's just to give an idea of how the wide body would look with our bumper, with the proper hood, and also.
And Davis, as a designer, right? How long does a design like this roughly take on your end?
It would take about 3 weeks.
3 weeks?
If they let me cook.
If they let you cook, okay, 3 weeks.
3 weeks, which they do. So I'm very thankful for that. But production will take about 4 months.
4 months because they have to do the molding.
Exactly.
The testing.
Exactly. Now everything what you see on the screen is virtual, but you know it's just to get a rough idea. But we always do the clay process to make sure that it looks right.
Okay.
And then we go into the molding stage, prototype it, and see if it works.
And is this going to be a limited amount?
Now this one's not going to be limited.
Okay, it's not going to be
We
limited.
made a mistake with the G82.
Okay, because there's a lot of people that probably still want them.
Yeah, it was sold out in 4 months, and I
means
was
you have to
like,
cook another
I
one.
should have made more, but
He has to cook another one then.
exactly. So this one's gonna be not limited.
Okay, so again, guys, stay tuned. They have a lot more things going on. You guys are going to see a lot of footage before this video at the show. But is there anything else that you guys want to, tell people what's coming on or anything else?
Well, we are heavily focused on the BMW community right now.
Okay.
Also Supra, which is half BMW.
Yeah.
But we are developing also a Porsche kit.
Oh, Porsche kit.
Yes.
Something that I can't do right now because I have a kid.
Same here.
Kids are expensive. Kids are expensive.
And GT3, it doesn't
know.
have the rear seats. So so we are working on that. Expect something to come out end of this year. Everything has been fully CFD tested with great results.
Oh, wow.
And we have just started
That's good because
prototyping.
The Porsche community, I think, when I think about Porsche and BMW, right? BMW has a lot of modification you can do aesthetically, performance-wise.
Yes.
When you look at the Porsche, there's like not a lot of things you could do besides exhaust, wheels.
Exactly.
And then maybe not too much carbon fiber that I know of.
Right.
So it's good to see the increases in cars that you guys are designing. It's going to keep you busy, maybe some more gray hair. But again, I want to thank you guys for the hospitality. I'm going to have to go inside and get some B-roll for you guys, which you'll probably see in this video. And Davis and Preston's bosses, they did a good job for showing us around. So again,
Thank you. Salary raise, please.
yeah. But other than that, I want to thank you guys for watching this video, and make sure if you guys haven't seen the videos from before, check those videos out, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.